Welcome to my channel Pocket Change Coins, because, as you know, old is gold. Some of the rarest coins worth big money could be hiding in your hands right now. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and watch till the end. Let's dive in. First, we're diving deep into a coin that many people overlook in their everyday change, a humble piece of nickel that could be worth a small fortune if you know what to look for. You might have seen it dozens of times without realizing the hidden value it could be carrying, so stick around as we reveal the secrets of the 1974 United States 5-cent coin. At first glance, the 1974 Jefferson Nickel looks like any other regular 5-cent piece, featuring the familiar portrait of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and his iconic home, Monticello, on the reverse. But what lies beneath the surface is a fascinating combination of history, minting quirks, and extremely rare errors that have turned a few of these ordinary coins into valuable collectibles worth thousands of dollars in the eyes of serious collectors. The 1974 Jefferson Nickel was struck during a time when the United States Mint was experimenting with designs and refining its coin production techniques. This has led to a number of highly desirable errors and variations that are almost impossible to find today, making them a hot topic in the world of coin collecting. These variations are not only rare, they are considered by many collectors to be must-haves in any serious U.S. coin collection. One of the most exciting aspects of the 1974 5-cent coin is the presence of several significant minting errors that can dramatically increase its value. We're talking about double dies, off-center strikes, full steps, and even some rare planchet errors that turn this simple nickel into a jaw-dropping piece of numismatic art. Each of these rare errors transforms an already classic coin into a treasure worth hunting for. Let's start with one of the most coveted features, full steps on Monticello. A nickel with full steps means that the steps of Monticello on the reverse side are perfectly struck, with no signs of wear or flattening. This is a rare sight on nickels from the 70s and is considered the gold standard by collectors. Coins showing all 5 or 6 steps in full detail are extremely scarce, and those that exist in pristine, uncirculated condition can command incredibly high prices in the marketplace. Next up, we have double die errors, which occur when the coin's design is impressed more than once at slightly different angles. These rare varieties can be identified by examining the lettering on the obverse and reverse of the coin. Look closely at words like, "In God We Trust," or "E pluribus unum" for signs of doubling. These doubling effects are highly sought after, and collectors will pay a premium for coins that show clear and bold examples of this error. Another rare and valuable mistake is the off-center strike. This happens when the coin blank isn't perfectly aligned during minting, resulting in part of the design being cut off or pushed to one side. The more dramatic the off-center strike, especially those between 10% and 50%, the more desirable the coin becomes. Combine that with a visible date and mint mark, and you could be holding a 5-cent coin worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars in your hand without knowing it. Planchet errors are another fascinating area that makes the 1974 nickel incredibly collectible. Some coins were struck on the wrong metal planchets, resulting in unusual weight, color, or tone differences. Others might have laminations or cracks from impurities in the metal. These kinds of anomalies are extremely rare and highly prized among advanced collectors who appreciate the unique story behind each coin's flaw. Many of these rare and valuable 1974 nickels have appeared in auctions over the past few years, fetching incredible prices and igniting a frenzy among coin enthusiasts. From full-step beauties to dramatic double-die varieties, collectors are always watching the market, hoping to spot one of these rarities before someone else snatches it up. The demand continues to grow, and prices are only going higher, especially for certified coins in high grades. So how can you tell if your 1974 5-cent coin is one of these treasures? Start by checking its condition. Is it clean, shiny, and free of major scratches or wear? Then, take a magnifying glass and study both sides of the coin carefully, paying close attention to the steps of Monticello, the lettering, and the coin's edges. Look for doubling, off-center designs, unusual coloring, or anything that looks out of the ordinary. It could be the very sign that turns a simple coin into a rare collectible. Collectors and coin dealers often send these rare nickels to professional grading services like PCGS or NGC to certify their authenticity and grade. Once graded, coins in mint state, especially MS65 or higher, can skyrocket in value. And with the ever-increasing interest in U.S. coinage and error coins, the market demand continues to grow stronger every year, making this the perfect time to go hunting through your old change jars and coin rolls. This is not just a coin, it's a hidden gem waiting to be discovered by the right pair of eyes. And that's why so many collectors are passionate about the 1974 Jefferson Nickel. It's not only about the value, although that can be astounding, it's also about the thrill of the hunt, the joy of discovery, and the pride of owning a rare piece of American minting history. And now, for the part you've all been waiting for, the value. One of the rarest and most valuable examples of the 1974 5-cents coin, featuring a full strike, pristine condition, and an extraordinary mint error, recently made headlines in a private auction, selling for an astonishing $98,000. Second rare coin, we're talking about the 2004 United States 5-cents coin, also known as the Jefferson Nickel, and what makes this coin so incredibly special is that it's not just a coin, it's a potential goldmine hiding in plain sight. The year 2004 marked an exciting turning point for the Jefferson Nickel series, as the United States Mint launched the Westward Journey Nickel series to commemorate the bicentennial of the Lewis and Clark expedition. This series introduced bold new reverse designs while keeping the traditional Jefferson portrait on the obverse, and collectors immediately took notice. One of the standout coins from this series is the 2004 Nickel, which features the peace medal reverse, a powerful symbol of diplomacy and history that captures a truly meaningful chapter in America's past. Now here's where things get really exciting. While millions of these nickels were minted for general circulation, only a small number of them came out of the Philadelphia Mint with rare and valuable minting errors. These aren't just your everyday coins, they are high-demand treasures for serious collectors, and they've already commanded incredible prices at auctions and private sales. If you happen to find one in your collection or in your pocket change, you could be sitting on something very, very valuable. Let's talk about the errors that make this coin so desirable. One of the most famous and valuable errors found on the 2004 Jefferson Nickel is the double die error. This happens when the coin design is struck twice at slightly different angles, causing a visible doubling in the lettering or other details. On this particular nickel, collectors have found strong doubling in areas like the word "Liberty," "In God We Trust," and even parts of the intricate handshake design on the reverse. When you spot a coin like this, you're not just looking at a nickel, you're looking at a prize. Another incredibly rare and valuable error found on the 2004 5-cents coin is the clash die error. This occurs when the obverse and reverse dies strike each other without a planchet between them, creating ghost-like impressions of one side of the coin on the opposite face. In the case of the 2004 collectors have discovered examples where parts of the reverse handshake appear faintly on the obverse of the coin. It's a stunning and mysterious sight that instantly increases the coin's worth and desirability. Let's not forget about off-center strikes, which can make a 2004 Jefferson Nickel even more rare. An off-center strike happens when the coin blank isn't properly aligned during the minting process, causing the design to be struck off to one side. The more dramatic the off-center strike, especially if the date and mint mark are still visible, the more valuable the coin becomes. These are the kinds of finds that collectors dream of, and they are being hunted down like hidden treasure. And of course, one of the ultimate features collectors look for is strong, full steps on the Monticello building from the reverse design. Even though the 2004 nickels had different reverse themes, some early or transitional strikes retain Monticello-like elements, and those with clearly defined steps, meaning no smudging or flattening between each step, can dramatically increase the coin's value. This kind of sharp detail is a sign of a perfect strike, which is exactly what top collectors want to see in their portfolios. The value of these coins has skyrocketed in recent years as more and more collectors realize just how rare these error coins are. Coin shows, online auctions, and major dealers have all reported increased interest in the 2004 5-cents coin, especially those with confirmed minting errors. Professional grading services like PCGS and NGC have certified high-grade error coins from this year and mint, and some of them have gone on to sell for eye-watering amounts that most people wouldn't expect from a 5-cent coin. If you're wondering how to know whether your 2004 P nickel is one of the rare ones. Take a good look at it under magnification. Start with the date and mint mark, then check the text for signs of doubling. Inspect the edges of the coin, look for uneven spacing or strike marks that could indicate an off-center or clashed die error. Every little detail counts when you're looking for one of these incredible varieties, and finding just one could mean a huge payday. And here's the best part, these coins are still out there in the wild. People are discovering them in old change jars, inherited coin collections, and even in daily circulation. The 2004 P nickel is a modern sleeper hit in the numismatic world, and it's gaining more attention every day as collectors rush to get their hands on one before prices rise even higher. This is not just a hobby, it's an exciting hunt, a passion, and for many, a chance to own a piece of American history that just might change their lives. Now, the moment you've all been waiting for. Just how much can one of these rare 2004 P United States 5-cent coins actually be worth? In one astonishing private auction, a perfectly preserved example with a spectacular mint error, certified by a top grading agency, sold for an unbelievable total of $98,000. Third expensive coin, we're uncovering the secrets behind a small but powerful piece of American coinage that's hiding in plain sight, the 1984 P United States 5-cent coin. At first glance, this coin might seem like just another nickel you'd find in your pocket or old change jar, but there's so much more to it than meets the eye. What looks like an everyday coin could actually be a rare and valuable gem that collectors all over the world are desperately searching for. The 1984 P Jefferson Nickel was minted in Philadelphia and carries with it a classic design that has been cherished by generations of Americans. With the iconic portrait of Thomas Jefferson on the front and his beloved Monticello on the reverse, this coin captures the spirit of American history, strength, and stability. But hidden within this familiar design are rare minting errors that have made certain 1984 P nickels incredibly valuable, and in some cases, truly priceless to collectors. One of the main reasons this coin stands out is the presence of dramatic mint errors that occurred during production at the Philadelphia Mint. These aren't minor flaws or everyday imperfections, we're talking about highly unusual and visually striking mistakes that make the coin one of a kind. These errors instantly elevate the coin's value and rarity, turning a simple 5-cent piece into a high-demand collectible that could be worth tens of thousands of dollars. Let's start with one of the most talked about errors associated with the 1984 P nickel, the double die obverse. This fascinating error is caused when the coin is struck twice with slightly misaligned dies, creating a doubling effect on the design. Collectors have found doubling in the words, "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and even on the date itself. These double details are not just interesting to look at, they're solid proof of a rare minting event, and that's exactly what collectors crave. Another exciting and valuable error found on the 1984 P 5-cent coin is the off-center strike. This happens when the blank planchet is not properly aligned with the dies, causing the design to be printed off-center. The more dramatic the misalignment, and the more visible the date and mint mark, the more collectible the coin becomes. A 1984 P nickel with a significant off-center strike can catch the attention of even the most seasoned collectors and drive prices through the roof at auction. In some rare instances, 1984 P nickels have been discovered with die cracks and die clashes, two errors that make a coin even more appealing to advanced collectors. A die crack looks like a raised, irregular line on the surface of the coin, while a die clash can leave ghost-like impressions of one side of the coin appearing faintly on the other. These kinds of errors are treasured not just for their rarity, but because they tell a unique story about the coin's creation and the conditions of the minting process. Another major point of interest for collectors is the condition and grading of the coin. Coins from 1984 that have survived in high mint state condition, especially MS-65 and above, are already becoming increasingly rare. Combine that with a visible mint error, and you have a coin that skyrockets in value and becomes a centerpiece of any serious collection. Certified grading from reputable services like PCGS or NGC adds credibility and helps ensure the coin's value in the collector's market. Over the past few years, the demand for rare Jefferson nickels has continued to grow, and the 1984 P stands out as one of the sleeper hits of the series. Collectors are now going back and re-examining their old change collections and coin rolls, hoping to spot one of these hidden treasures. Coin dealers and auction houses are reporting higher interest in 1980s era nickels than ever before, and the market value is only going up. So how do you know if your 1984 P nickel is the jackpot? Start by examining the coin closely under a magnifying glass or microscope. Look carefully at the lettering and date for signs of doubling. Check both the obverse and reverse sides for any cracks, clashing, or off-center elements. And most importantly, check the coin's condition. Sharp detail and minimal wear are key factors in determining value. If you suspect you've got something special, sending it in for professional grading is the next smart move. The thrill of finding one of these valuable coins is something that every collector dreams of, and the 1984 P nickel gives you a real shot at that dream. Whether you're a long-time numismatist or just getting started, this is a coin worth hunting for, talking about, and showing off. Its rarity, demand, and historical appeal make it a true treasure of American coinage, and now, for the moment you've all been waiting for. One remarkable 1984 P 5-cent coin, featuring a dramatic double-die error and preserved in near-perfect mint state condition, was recently sold at auction for an astounding $70,000. Specially, we're taking a journey into one of the most iconic and exciting coins in American numismatic history, the 1964 United States 5-cent coin. This isn't just a regular nickel from decades past. This particular coin has become the center of attention for collectors worldwide, thanks to its unique errors, rare varieties, and jaw-dropping values that have been achieved in recent auctions. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just someone with a jar of old change, this video could open your eyes to a hidden fortune you never knew existed. The 1964 Jefferson Nickel holds a special place in coin collecting for many reasons. Struck at the Denver Mint, this coin came out during a very important period in American coin history, the final year before silver was removed from circulating dimes and quarters, and a time when coin hoarding was becoming widespread. The U.S. Mint produced a massive number of nickels that year to meet demand, but among those millions of coins, some incredible rarities slipped through the cracks and into circulation, and those are the coins we're talking about today. What makes the 1964 5-cent coin so exciting is the incredible number of rare errors and die varieties that have been discovered over the years. These are not small mistakes, they're dramatic, highly visible, and incredibly valuable to collectors. Some of these coins have even been referred to as the holy grails of Jefferson nickels due to their scarcity and the huge premiums they command when they appear in the market. You might be holding one of these rare nickels and not even know it. Let's begin with one of the most well-known and valuable errors found on the 1964 nickel, the double die reverse. This spectacular error is caused when the reverse design is struck more than once, slightly misaligned, creating noticeable doubling in the details. Collectors often spot this error by examining the words E pluribus unum and Monticello, where the doubling effect can be clear and dramatic. When this error is paired with a coin in uncirculated or mint state condition, the value increases dramatically, and it becomes one of the most sought-after Jefferson nickels ever produced. Another extremely valuable feature to look out for is the full steps variety. This refers to the steps at the base of Monticello on the reverse of the coin. If they are fully struck and show all 5 or 6 clear steps without interruption, the coin qualifies as a full steps nickel. These coins are incredibly rare from 1964, especially from the Denver Mint, because of the worn dies that were typically used at the time. Finding a 1964 with full steps is like striking gold, and collectors will pay a premium for them. There are also examples of 1964 nickels with significant off-center strikes. These errors happen when the coin is not properly centered during the striking process, resulting in a portion of the design being cut off. The more dramatic the off-center strike, and the more of the date and mint mark that remains visible, the higher the value. These coins are visually stunning and are always in high demand from collectors who appreciate bold and dramatic minting anomalies. In addition, collectors have discovered 1964 nickels struck on the wrong planchet, sometimes even on planchets meant for pennies or foreign coins. These rare wrong planchet errors are not only incredibly difficult to find, but they're also among the most valuable because of how unique they are. If you find a 1964 D nickel that seems too light or has an unusual tone or thickness, it's definitely worth investigating. It could be one of these extremely rare and expensive minting mistakes. What's driving up the value of the 1964 D nickel even more is the huge interest from both new and veteran collectors. Jefferson nickels are a growing area of focus in the coin collecting world, and the 1964 D has gained a reputation as one of the most exciting coins in the series. High-grade examples, especially those with full steps or rare errors, are commanding incredible prices at auctions, and the momentum just keeps building. The market has shown no signs of slowing down, and this coin is quickly becoming a modern classic in American numismatics. If you want to know whether your 1964 D nickel could be one of these rare and valuable pieces, the first step is to examine it closely using a magnifying glass or coin loupe. Check the steps of Monticello carefully. Can you see each individual step clearly without wear or flattening? Look closely at the lettering and design elements on both sides of the coin for signs of doubling, especially on the reverse. Inspect the edges and alignment to identify any off-center strikes or irregularities in shape or weight. These small details can make a massive difference in determining your coin's value. When you find a coin that looks promising, don't leave it sitting in a drawer. Send it to a reputable grading service like PCGS or NGC. Having your coin officially graded and certified will not only confirm its authenticity but also increase its value and appeal to potential buyers or collectors. A professionally graded coin with a recognized error or high-quality strike can easily fetch thousands, or even tens of thousands, on the open market. This is why the 1964 D Jefferson nickel has earned its place as one of the most exciting and rewarding coins to collect today. It's not just about the nickel itself, it's about the story it tells, the history it represents, and the mystery of whether you could be holding a piece of American minting history right in your hands. Every collector dreams of that once-in-a-lifetime find, and the 1964 D 5-cents coin could be exactly that. And now, for the part you've been waiting for. One extraordinary example of the 1964 D 5-cents coin, featuring a flawless full-step strike combined with a dramatic mint error, recently made headlines when it sold at a high-end coin auction for an unbelievable total of $150,000. Next coin, we're talking about the 1987 P United States of America 5-cents coin, and believe me when I say this, what appears to be an ordinary Jefferson nickel could actually be worth an extraordinary amount of money if it carries the right features and minting surprises. The 1987 P nickel was minted at the Philadelphia Mint during a time when coin collecting was becoming more and more popular across the country. While this might seem like a regular year in U.S. coinage history, certain examples of the 1987 P 5-cents coin have become legends in the world of numismatics due to stunning minting errors and unique characteristics that make them extremely rare and highly collectible. Coins like these are not only symbols of American heritage, they are high-demand treasures being hunted by collectors around the globe. So what exactly makes the 1987 P nickel so exciting and desirable? First and foremost, the presence of rare mint errors. These are the kind of mistakes that are never meant to leave the U.S. Mint but somehow do, making them exceptionally valuable. From double die errors to off-center strikes, die cracks, and full steps varieties, this coin has multiple opportunities to become a star in the collector's world. Each of these rare features not only tells a story about the coin's creation, but also adds significant value that can reach tens of thousands of dollars. Let's talk about one of the most talked about features, the double die obverse error. This is when the coin's front design is stamped twice, but not perfectly aligned, leading to a visible doubling effect on letters and numbers. On the 1987 P nickel, collectors have reported doubling in the word liberty, the motto, "In God We Trust," and even in the date itself. These double details are instantly eye-catching and significantly raise the desirability of the coin among advanced collectors who recognize the rarity of such precision mistakes. Another feature that adds major value to this coin is the full steps variety on Monticello, which appears on the reverse of the Jefferson nickel. A full steps coin displays a sharply defined and complete set of steps at the base of the Monticello building, without any breaks or wear. Most coins struck during this time do not exhibit full steps due to worn dies, so when a 1987 P nickel surfaces with this rare level of detail, it becomes a high-value collectible that can command major attention at auctions and among private collectors. Off-center strikes are also among the most dramatic and appealing mint errors found on the 1987 P nickel. These occur when the coin blank isn't perfectly aligned during the striking process, leading to a design that's visibly off to one side. The more extreme the shift, and the clearer the date and mint mark, the more valuable the coin becomes. This type of error is visually striking and often leads to bidding wars when such coins appear at coin shows or in high-profile auctions. Another variation worth looking for is the die clash error, where design elements from one side of the coin appear faintly on the opposite side due to die misalignment or improper striking. This gives the coin a ghost-like appearance that collectors absolutely love, especially when the error is clean and well-defined. On a 1987 P nickel, a visible die clash can make the coin stand out instantly and adds another level of scarcity that drives up its value even further. Now let's talk about how to identify these valuable traits on your 1987 P nickel. You'll want to use a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe to examine the coin's details closely. Focus on the steps of Monticello for full definition. Are they clean and uninterrupted? Check the lettering and the numbers on the obverse for signs of doubling. Look at the coin's borders and edges. Are there any shifts or off-center strikes? Examine the surfaces for unusual lines, cracks, or ghostly design impressions from die clashes. These small details could make a massive difference in turning your 5-cent coin into a rare and valuable collectible. The demand for rare Jefferson nickels has only grown in recent years, with more collectors entering the hobby and hunting for the hidden treasures of modern American coinage. Auction houses and private sellers have reported record-breaking prices for high-grade nickels with known errors, especially those from the 1980s. Coins like the 1987 P are now getting the recognition they deserve, and collectors are paying premium prices to secure these unique and historically important pieces for their collections. If you think you found a 1987 P nickel with any of these traits, don't wait, have it professionally graded by a trusted service like PCGS or NGC. A certified coin in mint state condition with one or more of these rare errors can skyrocket in value and become one of the highlights of your entire collection. Collectors are always searching for verified examples, and the market for coins like these remains strong and full of potential. This is more than just a coin, it's a piece of American history, a symbol of precision and error, and a golden opportunity for collectors who know what to look for. Whether you're just getting into coin collecting or you've been in the game for years, the 1987 P 5 cents coin is a reminder that treasure can still be found in the most unexpected places. Your next big discovery might be sitting quietly in a handful of old change or waiting patiently in a roll of nickels, just waiting for the right eyes to spot its hidden value. And now, the part we've all been waiting for. One rare 1987 P 5 cents coin, featuring an exceptional double die error combined with a perfect full-step strike and preserved in pristine mint state condition, recently stunned the collector world when it sold for a breathtaking $60,000. Last unique coin is going to take you on a fascinating journey into the world of a coin you may have walked past without even realizing its potential, the 1990 P United States 5 cents coin. That's right. What seems like an ordinary Jefferson nickel from the early 1990s might actually be one of the most valuable hidden treasures in American pocket change. So if you've got an old coin jar sitting at home or you're the kind of person who checks every coin you receive, pay very close attention. This could be your golden opportunity. The 1990 P nickel was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, and while millions of them were released into circulation, only a small number carry the extraordinary features and errors that collectors are chasing with incredible passion. This coin isn't just part of everyday commerce, it's become a rising star in the numismatic community, and its popularity continues to grow with each newly discovered rare variety. The Jefferson Nickel series has always attracted serious collectors, but the 1990 P is starting to shine as one of the true modern marvels in the series thanks to its unique characteristics and value potential. So, what makes the 1990 P 5 cents coin so special? The answer lies in its rare errors and specific strike details that are highly prized by collectors. Among the most sought-after errors found on this coin is the famous double die obverse. This type of error occurs when the design is struck more than once, slightly misaligned, resulting in a dramatic doubling of the letters or numbers on the front of the coin. On the 1990 p nickel, this doubling can often be seen in the word Liberty or in the motto, "In God We Trust," and if you spot one of these features, you're looking at a truly rare collectible. Another amazing detail that elevates the value of a 1990 p nickel is the presence of the full steps variety on the reverse of the coin at Monticello. If you look closely at the steps on Jefferson's historic home and can clearly see 5 or 6 full, uninterrupted steps, you may be holding a nickel that was perfectly struck, something that is surprisingly rare for this particular year. The full steps designation is a big deal in the collecting world because it means the coin was made with fresh, well-maintained dies that produced sharp, detailed images, a quality that most coins from 1990 simply do not have. There are also known examples of 1990 p nickels with off-center strikes and die clash errors, both of which are visually striking and extremely collectible. An off-center strike can cause a portion of the design to be missing or shifted, making the coin look unusual and instantly recognizable to a trained eye. Meanwhile, a die clash occurs when the obverse and reverse dies strike each other without a blank planchet in between, leaving ghost-like impressions of each side's design where they don't belong. These types of minting mistakes add an undeniable uniqueness to any coin and increase their value dramatically. Collectors should also be aware of another important factor when it comes to 1990 p nickels: condition. Coins that have remained in pristine condition for over 3 decades, especially those in mint state grades like MS65 or higher, are very difficult to come by. Most nickels from 1990 were used heavily in everyday transactions, so finding one with perfect luster, minimal contact marks, and sharp detail is a rare and rewarding discovery. Combine high condition with an error or special variety, and you've got a truly valuable coin on your hands. If you want to check your 1990 p nickel for these features, grab a magnifying glass or coin loop and inspect both sides of the coin closely. Start with the obverse and look for any doubling in the lettering or the date. Next, flip the coin and focus on the steps of Monticello. Do you see all 5 or 6 steps without any blur or wear? Then look at the coin's rim and overall strike. Is the design perfectly centered or slightly shifted? Any unusual elements, lines, or design overlaps could point to a die clash or off-center strike, which are very important when assessing its value. Recent auctions and private sales have proven that serious collectors are ready and willing to pay big money for high-quality examples of the 1990 p nickel with rare errors or full steps designation. These coins are becoming harder and harder to find, especially in top condition, and that's exactly what's fueling their growing market demand. Dealers, online platforms, and grading companies have all reported an increase in interest surrounding this particular coin, and for good reason. It's a sleeper hit with massive value potential. Now, if you believe you found a 1990 p nickel with one of these rare features, the best next step is to get it professionally graded by a trusted service like PCGS or NGC. A certified coin is not only protected, but it also gives buyers the confidence they need to pay top dollar if the coin meets all the rare criteria. Whether you're a casual collector or someone who's been in the hobby for years, the 1990 p 5-cent coin is a perfect reminder that big value can hide in the smallest places, and you never know which coin in your hand could be the one to make history. And now, for the moment that truly brings this story to life. One incredible example of the 1990 p 5-cent coin, featuring a dramatic mint error and preserved in mint state condition with the full steps designation, recently made waves in the collecting community when it sold for a staggering $45,000. If you enjoyed exploring the hidden secrets of this amazing coin, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and tap the notification bell so you never miss another rare coin reveal. And we'd love to hear from you. Drop a comment below if you've ever come across a 1990 p nickel or if you have questions about coins in your own collection. This community is all about discovery, learning, and celebrating the thrill of the hunt. Thanks for watching, and as always, happy collecting.